segment on Good Morning Anambra. My name is Ajuluchuku Okabwe.
And I'm Uche. Welcome.
And what we'll be talking about this morning is girls in ICT, bridging all divides of an inclusive digital transformation in ICT, commemorating the 2025 International Girls in ICT Day. Wow, I never knew there was such a day for ICT and
so many
ladies.
International
Days, yeah. Well, it's always good to get everybody inclusive. And this year's theme is Girls in ICT for Inclusive Digital Transformation.
It's a specialized area, so we have gathered specialists that will talk on this topic. We have Ifechukwu Nchedo Okoye. Ifechukwu Nchedo Okoye is a lead STA Anambra and the co-organizer Python Nigeria and Anambra chapter. She is also a teacher. Good morning, Nchedo.
Good morning, Ms. IJ. Thank you so much.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
You used to be with us.
Yes, I was actually.
Okay. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Okay, I also have Cynthia Enwonwu Arinze. She's a women tech makers ambassador, software developer, founder, Much Course Media, okay, tech program, director, development center for orientation, discovery and empowerment, Decode. Very long one. Good morning, Sylvia.
Good morning, ma'am.
I've seen this face before.
Sure, you have to. We're always here. We're always here.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, it's good. I think I'm overwhelmed and overpowered here, but then let me see if my presence will actually try to break or even things up. We're talking about girls in ICT and bridging all divides for an inclusive digital transformation in ICT. Sincerely speaking, the first place my mind went to was, I don't think we have female Yahoo girls. What we have is just Yahoo boys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, correct me. So now, this divide we're talking about, is it for the positive aspect of it all, or we're just talking about awareness, talking about the internet and the rest of it all? I don't mind, Cynthia, you can help me with this.
Thank you, sir. It's the positive aspect of it.
Okay.
So we don't want to teach our girls how to do Yahoo. So we are concentrating on the positive side of digital divide. Yeah. So this commemoration comes in time when there are, in fact, number of girls in tech is so significant. You know, that's why I talk about this digital divide and inclusion. And when we talk about divides, we have a gender divide, we have opportunity divide, we have skills divide, we have a gender divide also. So it's not really about digital divide. Even if a girl has an access to digital skill, what about the opportunity to explore what the skill is meant for? So celebrating this day, just like us coming together to create awareness, raise our voices to the fact that there is need to include girls in the tech ecosystem. Not only in the tech ecosystem, but just that today is meant for girls in ICT. So we have to talk about girls in technology. Like I've mentioned, the divide that we have in the tech ecosystem, when the girls in the rural community, according to IT, International Communication Union, is only 30% of female are in the tech ecosystem. And with all these many scholarships and free trainings, 30% according to ITU. So, ma'am?
Do you believe that?
I think it's too much. I think it's quite much, but because it's ITU from United Nations, I just quoted them. But personally, I actually think that's a large number, because coming from our own setting here, Anambra State and Onitsha, we know how we struggle to bring in women into the tech ecosystem. So if today is just really good to talk about it and reach out to people and empower and introduce girls to technology, we can share opportunities, free opportunities for girls to get involved in tech and start seeing it as a normal way of life, something achievable and doable. Try to have a mind shift from the normal thing, girls are meant to sweep the house, clean the house. Yeah, we accept that. But in these days, we try to let's have a mind shift that apart from doing all those things, there are still some other things we can still do in the tech ecosystem. So I think that's the foundation of what we are about to discuss today. Then moving forward, there's a lot of things for us to share.
Okay, but before we continue, is it possible we just break it down for young girls that have not heard what you're saying, what you are talking about for the first time, to understand what we mean by tech ecosystem?
Okay. So, yes, thank you very much. Well, when we talk about the ecosystem, we all know that we're talking about the environment, right? Now, we're talking about an environment of tech people. And when you look at the environment of tech, we're talking about science, technology, and all of them, ICT. We want everything that women, let's use the word girls, right? We want everything that girls will become participants in the world of tech. And not just like participants, they contribute immensely. Now, for example, last 2 years, we did STEM to the Roots at Isuanocha. And we STEM to the Roots, we had to take girls from public secondary schools, introduce them to tech career paths that they can do. And also let them know that, oh, I want to be a doctor. There is a tech path, there is telemedicine. I want to be a lawyer. There is a tech part to it, right? The world is revolving around the digital evolution and revolution. So we want these girls to catch up, right? There is more in the tech ecosystem than the negative divide that he said initially, okay? So what we are trying to do on this day, celebrating girls in ICT, is to expose these girls to the tech career paths and other parts, that skills that they could take that are tech inclined and tech oriented. Tech. We're talking about coding, we're talking about robotics, we're talking about designs, as simple as graphics design, as simple as product management, UI UX design. You don't have to be 20 years to be able to do this. A girl of 16, 15, 14 can do this. Our last 2 years STEM to the Roots, we had a 14-year-old graphic designer teach other teenagers, and I could see the way they were all participating in the class because it was their mates that was teaching them. So, yeah. Do you get that?
Yeah, peer-to-peer learning stuff.
That's just it. So that's what we're talking about.
My worry is more like on the part of the educational system and the strength of women in education in this part of the world. Women tend to go to school more. When you go to classes, you see more ladies in classes than you see men. Even in sciences, you see women, doctors, and the rest of it also. Now, I'm trying to, relate this to the struggle you guys are having in trying to get women into the tech world, STEM, and the rest of it all. When already, they are already championing. Most times when you see schools winning laurels, you will see the ratio of 60 to 40. Women actually excelling more in those courses and in those fields. So where is this issue of where you're having this dearth of women in tech? Where is it? Is it encouragement from the school level? Is it encouragement from the parents level? Because educationally, as it stands right now in Nigeria, women go to school more than men. Virtually if you take a survey now, you discover that we have more women in schools than we have boys. So where is this gap? Where are you having this shortage of having them in tech and the rest of it all? Because even the uneducated men are busy with laptop. You understand? Yet they are illiterate.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Then you have the educated ones. They are not even close to even doing anything in that area. So is it a case of where the parents are not encouraging these children or giving them the direction? Or is it the schools that already know that there are talent in these children, these girls, since we're talking girls, there are talent in these girls, maybe directing them in the right channel? Where are we having that gap, that shortage, so that we can fill it in, and then this won't be a thing we'll be talking about in the nearest future?
Okay.
Okay, take it. It's okay.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that question. Yeah, you would try to imagine what you just said now. With all these things they are winning, with the percentage of increase of women, girls in school, and they're talking about divide. Yeah, be that as it may. You know, before now, it wasn't actually like this. It was still this same approach of our campaign, awareness that got to the fact that girls now got more enrolled in school than boys. Before now, it wasn't actually like this. And again, we are talking about it from the cultural perspective, then from the parental encouragement, then the government part, then the community itself. You know, naturally, there is this culture that we have about girls. Like I said it earlier, about the house chores and the rest of them, why the boys are doing this and the girls are doing that. Then we now try to started by encouraging girls that is not only doing house chores, that you have to take a step forward about your future. There are more to being a girl than just doing house chores. Then he started working, and we now started seeing development, improvements, that girls now started getting more enrolled in school. Then even with all these things you're seeing, the accolades, the scholarships they are winning, the cups they are winning, the trophy the girls are bringing home, there is still this divide, like I mentioned, gender divide. All these things are seen as just percentage of girls involved in all these things are really insignificant. Do you know that we have so many platforms that give women and girls free access to tech skills? We have Shikoda Africa, at least the top UI UX. I didn't pay £1. We have Tech for Dev. All these things are women-led organizations that were established just to empower women. So from what you're saying now, I'm glad that it's yielding results, because before now, it wasn't really like that. Before now, it was, we are struggling to bring women into it. And even with all these... it
is still a struggle.
Yeah, even with all these platforms we have, it's still a struggle to bring women in because of that orientation.
The stereotype.
The stereotype, yes. The stereotype that I can't do this, I can do this. You're meant to do, even in that, even tech ecosystem, tell you that back end is for men, front end and design is for girls. You are a girl, you want to go and do back end. No, go and do your design. Don't write code, don't do robotics, it's for men. So when we talk about a stereotype, we try to the divide is actually everywhere, from opportunity to skills. Even there are some tech firms that will not take it because you're a girl, because you're a woman. They say, no, women and their issue. Today they go for maternity leave, tomorrow they will do this and do that, and girls with their own issues. But when we talk about all these things, we try to make everyone, even the decision makers and takers, the leaders, that they should give a fair level playing ground for the girls to explore and live out their potentials. So,
Cynthia, let me even bust your bubble when you're talking about this debt you're talking about as in shortage. Do you know that NASA in the 50s, 60s, even up to 70s, were majorly pioneered by women? The scientists in NASA, that is the magicians behind the scene were women. The people, the mathematicians plotting the graph of where this rocket, when it takes off, where it will land, were women. These were mathematicians, these were scientists, women. But men were just out there, the astronauts taking the moon. But the people that were giving directions to where that rocket was going were the women.
We want the women to be astronauts this time.
So you now begin to wonder. You now begin to wonder.
We have female astronauts too.
Okay, so
even though no, see.
To coexist with the other. If you can do this, I can also do it.
You know, this thing was more like when you talked about job stereotyping. You understand, saying that this job is. That was what brought my mind to this, because I've seen documentaries where women were actually pioneering great things. Even in Hitler's what is it called? His plot to take over the world. Women were scientists.
We were at the back.
Yeah, but they were at the back.
We want to be in front.
You see, it's true. What he's saying is real. It is true. But it still doesn't change the fact that these women are less in number. We have women that are trailblazers, right? But these women are less in number in comparison to the male counterparts. And that is why we are encouraging the girls to take up the part in ICT.
Encouraging the girls
more.
Is it encouraging them without them having the passion, or you're forcing them to?
No. You create an environment, you know. You will create an environment.
You need to desire something. I don't expect you take a boy child and a girl child to a shopping mall to shop for them, and you see your boy child running to go and pick dolls.
Like
as a parent, you'll be worried.
You will be, of course, totally.
As a parent, you'll be worried.
Totally.
But when you take a girl child into the shopping mall and she goes to pick a gun as a toy,
and then you do what again?
No, you still will be worried too.
Why will you be worried?
It is a matter of. It's a matter of.
We shouldn't be worried. We shouldn't be worried about what they think.
Okay, she wants to become a soldier.
Yeah.
Let her walk the walk of being a soldier. So now,
you create an environment. You see, passion. When you talk about passion, passion. You build passion from environment if you can remember.
Yeah.
That was why I asked you the first question.
Do you know why schools do
That was why I
know?
asked the first question I asked Cynthia. Whose job is it? Is it the parent? Is it the teachers?
It is everyone's job.
Who does that reorientation?
It is
all of
everyone's
us.
job.
Okay.
You were involved.
Let me
I am
involved. Okay.
Yeah.
She is involved.
Okay,
right?
let me give you
create that environment.
Okay, let me share a scenario. When you talk about this environment and the passion, you know, you cannot have passion for what you don't know of. Normally, some girls that, like I just said, I said it earlier, our culture, our orientation. Yes, I'm a girl. Like he mentioned. Now I'll go and pick. I will not pick a gun. I will not pick that. What's wrong with picking a gun or a ball? You can be a footballer tomorrow. She can be a footballer tomorrow. She can be a soldier tomorrow. But the point we are trying to make, creating.
And she picks a door. You ask her why not ball.
Then creating the environment. Creating the environment.
You have done your own as a parent. So you go to let her know that you could also be a footballer.
Yeah. Then creating that environment like you mentioned, like, let me just come home. We have She Code Africa in Anambra now. Then we have AI Hub Africa. These things are established by women. And they're creating the environment for girls also. Like the AI Hub Africa in Onitsha. Onitsha here was established by one of us. She was supposed to be here, Dr. Happiness Akabike. I'm standing in for her. Because she has been through it, she understands the stress, the frustration of girls face. She now opened that hub. Come and learn digital skills. That we have, there's some we do for free. We have we have free packages. We have the ones that is to be paid. But for girls mostly, it's for you to come and get it free because we need to empower those girls. We have there's free Wi-Fi. There's steady supply in Onitsha here. Opposite All Saints in Oka Road, number 2 Oka Road. Because you know, like when you did the Women Techmakers Ambassador, she is the leader. I'm the co-lead. So one of our mandates is to make tech. And take it to the grassroots that every girl should not be excluded from learning tech. So we strive to create that environment by building that passion in those girls. Like we have International Women's Day on Saturday, coming up on April 26th. Women Techmakers Ambassadors on the chapter. We are doing it. What are we doing in that platform? It's just to create that environment. That passion is when you listen to people that you develop passion. Normally, a girl will not be thinking of going into tech. After all, she was taught to clean the house and wash the plates. How would she talk about tech?
International Women's Day.
Yes. Yes, but Google Women Techmakers, we host our own from now till end of May. We can choose any date. So we are Google Women Techmakers. I'm the ambassador. Happiness is too. So we
International celebration.
Yes. No, international celebration. Google is this also by Google.
Okay.
So imagine we in Onitsha discussing with Google to host event in Onitsha. That's what they can do for us. So when we are talking about bringing in girls into it, we know what we are saying. We have so many opportunities there for girls, and they are lucky we are here to even guide them. When we started, nobody was guiding us. We are just looking up and down.
So I would like to put this to him. You know, he said something about seeing your boy going to pick a door. You have to correct him. And then you see your girl going to... The fight is not against boys and girls. We're not here to say, oh, boys are better or girls are better. Okay, so what we're trying to create is an opportunity for the girl child to explore. Explore a particular part that she has not been exposed to. If you remember when I was telling you about STEM to the root that we did, normally we have ones that we do open for boys and girls, right? And then there is one that we do just for the girls. This reason is nothing else but to expose these young girls to the right thing. We have vices in this. You know how our generation is now. You know the generation we are in. He's always talking about the Yahoo, are girls not into Yahoo. There are bad examples for these girls already out there. Yeah. So we're trying to create the good one, the positive one for them to follow, right? You can make money in tech, you can make money on the internet, you can make money there as a young girl. If I'm talking to you now, I have a 16-year-old. She's a Nigerian. I won't call her name, but she's a full-stack developer. Like this girl, I only taught her front end, for crying out loud. But she... Okay, okay, let me just get to that now. Front end is, you know, the way you have ABS website, www.abs.com, right? That's what you guys have. Now, there is somebody that developed it. It could have been one of my girls.
The one you are saying.
Right? I'm just saying, what if that job was given to me as a community manager and say, do you have anybody that can do this thing for us? And I say, yeah, I have a very good 16-year-old that can develop. And you're like, okay, bring him, because it's natural. Awesome. Okay, now that we are already outside, we are in this generation, everybody will say, bring the person, let me see. And then I come in with a young girl on a low cut.
16-year-old.
16-year-old.
We are in the era whereby your looks or your gender
doesn't matter anymore.
What we want is
right. So, but now these people, and that is what I'm bringing to the table.
And you know, when you talk about this struggle.
It is. Do you want me to point out the struggle for you? And let me give you a simple example of the struggle.
She's not to explain the front end, though.
Let me give you the simple example of the struggle. The last boot camp, because I like talking with my experiences. Good. The last boot camp we had at She Code Africa, I struggled to get a back-end female developer at first. So I saw a back-end male. In fact, there are plenty back-end. Back-end is the people that do the whole engineering stuff.
Behind the scene.
Behind the scene. Yeah, So now I got a guy. So he started training them. Then I think it was a 6-week course. So he called me middle of the program, I think in the 3rd week. He said, this is why I don't like training women. I said, what happened? He said, women are not meant for engineering parts. Women are not meant for back end. I was like, what? His problem is the general problem we all have. Anything free, people don't turn up. It's not about men or women. It's just that if you do something for free, if you put out an environment that people should come and learn for free, you won't see them turn up. Right? But now, this guy is telling me women are not meant for engineering because these women were not turning up. They were not doing it. These ladies were not turning up. They were not doing assignments. Do you get it now? So we just need to change that orientation in the minds of people that tech is for everyone. And then encourage our girls and the parents. Okay, you know, a lot of people say, I want my daughter to learn coding. But you're not even creating the environment for your daughter to learn coding. Right? She's always watching Z-Word with you. She's always watching what's it called? Cartoon Network and all of that. Now, if you're telling me you want your daughter to learn animation and you're exposing her to Cartoon Network, I am fine with that. But telling me you want your daughter to learn coding and you're exposing her to just Z-Word, musical stations. She should watch. If you want, okay, let me take you, let me have you on this.
Like to do coding, what I do, I go to YouTube, I do some internet surfing and I download some coding tutorials for my own kids anyway. So I just put it in their laptop. At their free time, or I just give them timetable. Oh yeah, this time to go and watch this thing. Go and watch it. Enough of this television for now. Go, because I don't have a smart television. If some people that have smart TV can connect their TV to YouTube, and their kids will be watching it directly on television. Do you understand? So just like back from Cartoon Network and Z1, if you want your child, your girl, to do something like coding, you should go to YouTube and download some videos for beginners. We have coding for beginners. You Google it and download it and save it on your phone, on the laptop with them, or you keep the link there. So when they are ready for it, they just put your Wi-Fi for them and they start watching it from there. And that is when they start developing that passion we mentioned earlier on. That passion will now start coming up. And when I look at these girls, the ones I have in my house, they'll be rehearsing, they'll be talking about it. You understand? So one even told me, I want to go and learn, what do they call it again? This, I said, oh, what is the name? And I say, the Scratch programming. I said, where's the Scratch? They said it there. What is Scratch? You know, that's a question. What would I call it again? Their curiosity. Hey, it's not naturally to now start growing within them. That's where the passion comes in. But if you are not doing anything about it, there's no way the passion will come in. They don't even know about it.
No, they will come in. Okay, let's apart from what we're doing here, and then some of the things you have pointed out that you are doing to encourage girls to get into this ICT. And what else do you do? Because we have talked about the encouragement that's supposed to come from it. I mean, creating of an enabling environment that's supposed to come from the parents and maybe some organizations like yours. Do you go to schools?
Yeah, we do school, like we do school outreach. Like, I'm a mobile app developer because of Tech for Dev scholarship. I applied, I won the scholarship, and it was 1 year intensive training. 6 months learning and 6 months on the entrepreneurship part. So part of what we are, even before I transitioned into tech, I have an NGO already. So going to community outreach and school outreach is it's not a big deal to me naturally. So because we may commemorate Menstrual Hygiene Day, Girls' Child and the rest of them, but now coming into tech now, I have to streamline some of the things that I do into tech. I have to streamline tech into it. So we did Tech Girls Advocacy Drive. What did we do? We go to schools and we ask them for opportunity to talk to the girls about STEM education, science, technology, general mathematics. What we are saying, what we are discussing
around now, we know about the girls from what do you call it? That school in Okka Road.
Regina Patches now. Yeah, that went to US. It was Uche one may good that took them. So it's still the same struggle. Everyone is doing something for the girls.
Have you seen these girls in the rural area?
Okay, yes, I wanted to ask you. So is it only schools in the urban areas? Do you go to the rural areas?
This is, I think for me, my target is in the rural area.
Okay.
For me, because I have run a business in places like that. I did a business, I'm doing a business at Isuanocha, right?
Business.
I train teenagers, children in ICT, digital development skills.
On a private business basis?
Yes, so I'm not really talking about it here, if you want me to.
No, not really. I wanted to say whether that one is free too. But you have got the business.
No, it's business. It's business. Business is not free.
Okay.
But because I already have something here, now these girls, they call me. Even the boys come in.
Where do you train them? Who organize them? The PGs, the schools, the
ones I train. Oh, we get permissions, right?
From the community
From
leaders.
the communities to do that.
In schools?
In schools.
Oh.
We don't take them out of schools. You know the protocols and everything. Whatever you're going to do for them, you do it inside the school. Now, if someone picks interest, they can come to you. But the thing we have in the rural areas is that these people don't get enough motivation. They don't get enough motivation in the rural area. I'm still going to be using Okka North because I am based there. I have not explored so much.
And you're going to tell us the kind of motivation you're talking about.
Okay, yes, please. They are not motivated in the sense that, aside from the STEM to the roads that we did, where they saw their fellow 14-year-old design, and you know the funny thing, she designed with her phone. Yeah. If I give you the designs she did, she can do it with a laptop, but she designed with her phone because we wanted to make it accessible. All those girls had Android phones, but they will only do TikTok. Yeah,
Snapchat and
only do Snapchat.
Yeah.
And then they will bring out their body parts and shake and all of that. But we are now telling them, no. You can actually earn small, urgent 2K. Instead of collecting it from Emeka, please collect it from
yourself.
Mr. Chukudi that wants a POS banner. And you don't have to have a laptop to design a POS banner.
Yeah, use your phone.
You can use your phone. So we are introducing them. The motivation we are talking about is these free classes, access to female mentors, which I am one of them. You get it. Access to an encouraging community. These are the motivation we are looking out for these girls in rural areas, in public secondary schools, because most of them want to just be achalugos and that's it. So we want to end that. So we want to end that era of, I just want to be taken care of, to I want to do something with myself.
Yeah.
You get it? So that's the essence of this whole talk.
And just what she said about them doing TikTok and Snapchat, I want to talk about tech that they see as a big deal. We told them that, we keep telling them that this thing you're using your phone to do, you're already making use of tech device. You buy data. I know you could do it, your WhatsApp status is to do all those things they are doing. Instead of using that time, like you just said now, you can use your phone to do UI UX. So just ask what she said. We try to still let them know that being in tech is not really a big deal like that. It's just for you to, normal thing you do, just your normal daily life, just to make it more educating and enterprising and inspiring for others. Then still put it up on that your TikTok, you're doing that, your Snapchat, that's your WhatsApp status. It's not something different from what we are doing. Then talked about what we can do as organizations, or I mentioned it earlier about the things that have been doing, others have been doing, and we in our own little are still doing. Like I mentioned about Shikode African, I mentioned Women Tech Makers Ambassador, that the program we have on 26, it's just free. When you come there, you have a whole lot of things to learn.
Okay, we're going to talk about that when we come back from this break.
Okay.
Break to take. And when we come back, we'll begin to conclude.
If the materials that are needed to involve girls, you know, in Nigeria today, most often we segregate women as second-class citizens. But if everybody should be encouraged, if everybody should be carried along, at least they should be encouraged. One, the community, we encourage them by asking them to embrace what is around them. At the same time, school will make everything, all the necessary materials available in bringing things closer to them. You know, most often our girls these days, some of them, they believe it's when they get up to 15 years, they think of getting married. But if they are involved and carried along as the male counterparts are doing done, everything will work.
First of all, they should start from the family, because the family makes up the community. Yes, from the family, the parents should start teaching the girl child, getting them involved in technology, getting them involved in ICT. Then they can now, when they go to school, it now make them easy to assimilate. So from parents to the school, it makes it easy.
The basic thing here is education. Once you educate a girl child, then definitely every other thing will come into process. That is just the basic thing. You understand now? The government can equally support, the parents and everybody involved can still support, and you encourage them to really go deep into it. The world we are now is a smart world, so everybody really want to do one or two things online. So technology stuff, I think education is the basic point there.
That was street parliamentarians. They are adding their own voice to the discussion that we are having here in the studio. But before I go on, let me just make it clear that the female folk, our opposite gender, don't need much encouragement. These people are already an embodiment of God's wisdom. What they need is just to unwrap it and then begin to have direction. And once you put that output is definitely what we are going to be seeing. Now, let me ask Cynthia here. Apart from this coding, digital ICT, is there any other issue as in trying to safeguard the virtues of womanhood in these young girls that you guys are exposed to? Because some of them might actually want to learn this thing, but don't even have direction on what they want to do with their life. on emotional and probably other things.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, just like you mentioned direction, we know that these are the issues. That is why a day like this is set up. Some of these girls, like you mentioned, they don't even have direction. And that is why we do this Tech Girls Drive, SC Anambra do STEM to the Roots. There are so many outreach programs that targeted to those girls. Because it's when you have a guide, it's easier for someone that has a mentor to scale through than someone that is still struggling. There are so many opportunities out there to guide the girls. Like I always talk about the free, the organizations that offer scholarship for digital skills, like Tech for Dev and She Code Africa. And there are so many boot camps here also that are all free, and they are meant to empower girls. So I think maybe we'll start from our parents at home. Parents should know that the world is revolving around tech, and it's rapidly. But in fact, the way, as in every new day, there are still new concepts to take. So our parents should know that we have to go in line. I wanted to mention, even our government is trying. It's not that I'm trying to promote our governor, but for crying out loud, the seed program, the seed program they've already introduced. It's for free. Seedanambra.ng. It's the SA to Business Commission and innovation. Yeah. So they have, and it's free. All the training is there. I've accessed the portal. It's just free. Digital marketing, social media management, cloud computing, a whole lot of them. They are there. And our girls are using smartphones. They are not just aware. They don't have the right information. And that's what we are doing here. Once you take up your phone, just go free online scholarships on ICT. You get a whole lot of them. And when I was still talking about that, I'm talking like I've mentioned how I got a free scholarship to do mobile app development. And all these things will make you to live an impactful life. You live for impact. It's not just, even want to be an Achalugo, it is free. Achalugo with swag now. You can be Achalugo with a swag, beauty and brain. When you stand out to turn, you know you have something to offer. These are gone when we talk about girls. When we were growing up, they said WEEK, they said women's education end in kitchen. I don't know if anyone has that kind of way to when we were growing up. WEEK, they said So when we talk about when we mention all these things, just for us to know, inform there are opportunities, but maybe they don't have access to the knowledge and information, and that's why we are sharing it now. Seed in Anambra is doing for free. Even they have their office there, opposite Hollywood. It's free internet, free everything, just working. Even if you don't have a laptop, you have a phone. You can do a whole lot. You can do a whole lot with your phone. Social media management skill, you don't need a phone. You don't need a laptop. You can do it on your phone. Digital marketing, you can do it on your phone. These are digital skills you can learn on your phone. Content creation, your phone. So you don't understand. So our own is just for us to put that information out there, for them to know. The girls are listening to us. It's not all about showing off your body parts, but do something with your time.
You talked about virtues, right?
Yeah.
We actually talk about virtues because you don't train a girl with a skill and then she doesn't have manners. She doesn't have direction on where to go with that skill. Even if I'm the best developer, if I walk in here with a very arrogant attitude, with an indecent dressing, you will not film me. Because I am not dressed for the camera, especially for an official event like this. Then I am a tech mom in quotes, and I don't pay attention to my children because I am in tech. That is not what we are for. And I am a tech wife, and because I am going everywhere in the world, talking about development, talking about coding, talking about Scratch, I don't now respect my husband. That is not what we are talking about. What we are saying is that you can still be a virtuous woman and still have these tech skills to support your personality build-up.
Yeah,
that's just what we are talking about.
They are soft skills, yes.
They are Chalugo
While
is a career woman,
yes,
that has time for everything herself. herself,
a balanced,
her family, the man that she wants to get into marriage with. So this is
a balanced life
package
yeah.
for women. Okay, for want of time, what you are planning to do, that's women in girls in ICT.
Yeah.
So do you have any activity for the celebration this week?
Yes.
Or today?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear about it before.
Thank you very much. We have one on Saturday, 26th of April, at that AI Hub Africa I mentioned earlier, at number 2 Oka Road, opposite Austin's Cathedral. It's just, it's not hidden, it's just, that program is organized by Women Take Makers on Nature, where I'm the co-lead.
Excuse me, opposite Austin's, it should be Ozala Road. Not
we have, no, also have 2 gates now. They have the one in Oka Road and the one in Ozala Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
That other gate is opposite DMGS.
DMGS, just after DMGS, we share the same.
Before DMGS.
DMGS.
Yeah, before DMGS. That's where the gate. So that's the venue for the event on Saturday. That event is for everyone, even if you are confused about when transition into tech. You are confused because that world of tech is just like an ocean. Just like an ocean, you need a life jacket. So if you want to transition into tech, that program is for you. If you are already in tech and you want to inspire others, please, you are invited to the program. It promises to be a very educating, informative program. It's just, we have a information packed for that program. For girls, for women, for everyone. That's an opportunity for you to learn. For opportunity for you to connect with like minds. I know how I started. It was an event like that I attended, and I was like, oh, this is what I want. Because when if you're trying to tech, you will see a lot of confusion. You have cyber security, you have software development, front end, you have software development, front end, back end, mobile app, front end, back end. So many courses, so many tracks. So it's an event like this that you will listen to people. And you will learn, you'll be informed and take a right decision. So yes, if you are listening to us, just make it a date on April 26th.
What are we expecting that day?
Wow, we have trailblazers. We have women that have already made it in tech. We have people of different tracks, different tech roles. Like our own Dr. Happiness Akabike, she's a trailblazer now. She was one of the speakers at Anambra Innovation Week last year, and she established that AI hub. So she's going to be there to give her keynote address. We were supposed to, Ms. Chimoku was supposed to be there, but she appeared that she will not be able to make it. They will have so many women like us, like you that is listening to us now, that don't even know how they began. But now they are where they are today, and they are there to share their stories. So just make it a date.
What time is it?
9 a.m. Yes, 9 a.m. on Saturday. A whole lot of things to learn from this.
Yeah, any other thing to add in the activities of the national? Is it International ICT Day or Girls in ICT Day?
Okay, it's a combination of our International Women's Day, which was on the 8th of March, and we're celebrating it on the 26th of April.
Oh, really?
Do you get it? Because we are combining the whole, it's girls, it's women.
Yeah.
So we need to celebrate everybody, right? So, and on that day, not just the tech, we're also talking about the business of tech, because we're having the faculty, one of the faculties in Onitsha Business School, Dr. Olusegun.
Always
is going to be there.
Yeah.
Is going to be there to talk about the business of tech. To these women, it's not just learning skills, it's making money with the skill. It is very important. Do you get it? So that's what I can add for the day.
All right. Thank you very much. AJ.
The only thing I can add is maybe the wig I will wear to come and learn this. It's about your women. So you guys are just talking women, and I just feel like I'm disenfranchised here. You understand? So if you guys want, let me borrow a wig. Maybe IJ, one of your.
It's not just women. Bring your guests.
It's everybody. Olusegun is the man now. You have many of them that are coming from that are part of panelists and speakers also. Please come. Please come to promote us, to promote girls in tech.
No. Promoting women is the business that we do. The good ones, anyway. That's what we do. We need to promote them because, imagine a world without women. What that world would be. We want to use the opportunity to thank you, ladies, for ICT ladies, If I say ladies, it will just be as if you guys are Chalugo. But ICT ladies, you understand? For coming, that's talking about Ifechukwu Nchedo Okoye, lead SCA Anambra and co-organizer Python Nigeria, Anambra State, and also a teacher. Wow, that's good. That's cool. Cynthia Enwong Arinze, Women Tech Makers Ambassador, software developer, founder Mochco Media Tech Program, and Director, Development Center for Orientation, Discovery, and Empowerment. I hope I've been discovered to be part of what you guys are doing here. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having us, for the opportunity. We are grateful.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. And that's why we're drawing the curtain on today's segment of Good Morning Anambra discussion. And I hope you are taking home something. Those of you that are watching us from different parts of the world, encourage your girl child to be total achalugo. This is why it is very, very important. Thank you. My name is Ijoma Uche.
Anambra Chukwu Okabwe.